Welcome to the first Really Playing Games Extinction Curse of 2021, the year in which I'm sure nothing bad will happen. I'm Graham, and I'm your game master. Nothing bad. Calling it now at the top of the year. This will be a perfect year, and nothing bad can possibly happen.
Certainly no curse.
No curses whatsoever. Joining me today, my players are Sarah playing Petrodoldramus, the Tiefling Magus. We got Brian as Faith, the Tiefling Monk.
Hi.
We got Garrett as Fabian, the Catfolk Rogue.
Hey.
Ross is Oarshisk, the Lizardfolk Swashbuckler.
Hello.
Also, Ross is Marion, the Half-Elf Oracle.
Coming at you from a new location.
Woo! And then Patrick as Horatio, the Half-Elf Wizard.
We're off to see the hermits.
Off to see the hermits. The hermits live in the Hermitage. So, you guys have investigated pretty much all of the leads that the Sideshow of Everyday Marvels has given to you in Aberton. You've gone to the church, you've gone to the mill, to the Mad Mug, to the orchard, to the Lindale Barn, and quelled many of the woes and horrible things. Found out that a lot of this seems to be coming from the Hermitage of Blessed Lightning up to the, northwest of town, along the coast, along the cliffs that Aberton is not too far away from. But for the time being, you've just bested a few boars that were quite angry, probably Nemia's doing into unnatural aggression. Found a poor dead gnome farmhand and a few items there, but have successfully completed that battle. So, it comes to it's getting close to about 8 o'clock at night when all of this is done. So, unless you have other business or other ideas of places you want to go, probably looking to do a bit of a long rest after an eventful day going out and about town.
Sure.
So, if there are no protests to that, we'll say that you guys head back across town, back over to the big top, to the circus, to maybe bed down for the night. But did want to give an opportunity if anybody wants to talk to anybody around the circus or do anything along those lines before you hit the hay. Now is definitely the time to do that.
We finally got to the end of the day.
Yes, you will be
Almost.
getting to the end of the day and get some stuff for
End
level
of
2.
day 2.
Yeah, this is the second day. It's been a long couple of days. The circus got attacked. There's all kinds of shit going on around town, and you're just right smack down in the middle of it. So when you come back to the circus, everybody's kind of giving you guys y'all had a rough time of it. Whatever y'all need, we're here for you. We're a circus family, but you guys can deserve to take it easy maybe for a bit.
So I seem to be down some hit points. I am going to heal myself. Does anybody else? Has it been?
Oh.
I don't know how my counters are doing.
So currently,
Yeah, that part.
Yeah, by the time you get back, you basically have everybody refreshed enough to, by 8 o'clock, everybody's refreshed enough to have wounds treated again. I'll say that if you wanted to treat wounds a couple times on everybody, you have the option to do that in the next couple hours or so, getting ready for bed.
I'm gonna start with myself because I assume nothing's ever gonna go wrong because I heard this is gonna be the good year.
Sure.
So here we go.
Faith, let's see what you get.
Oh, man.
Surgery, not so
And
much.
I fail, but I only lose 1 hit point, so that's
Okay.
a minimal failure.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
Does anybody else want to go next?
I'll go.
Okay.
So, treating some wounds on Oarshisk.
There we go.
That works. So, 15 hit points, looks like.
Okay.
Yeah, 15 hit points.
Okay. I
I'm
guess
done then. That's good.
Fabian will try because I only have 4 hit points currently,
Okay.
and I'm wounded 1.
Probably
I will
kill you.
Yeah, I will be terrified, but put my faith in you once again.
Haha.
Hey, look at that.
Oh.
So,
You
8
Only-
die
so-
and
on the
come back
quest
to
eight.
life.
Yeah, 8 hit points.
Well, no, he goes to 0 and then goes to 14 because this is
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
5e math, right? Because you're at 4 hit points.
I was at 4 hit points.
Yeah, so it's actually 2 more than he would have if you were at more than 4 hit
jeez.
points.
Lovely. Nothing bad happens for going to 0, does it?
Unless you are already wounded.
I am already wounded.
How wounded?
So
But
you would
the-
go to
Wounded
dying.
1.
But the treat wounds gets rid of wounded.
That's
Oh,
right.
okay.
So you go to
Lovely.
wounded 2,
Yeah.
then you heal to 14, and then you lose all your wounded conditions.
Right. But if he happened to be wounded 3 already,
That would have killed him.
You'd
Yeah,
kill him.
Maybe don't do that in that
Bel-
case.
Yeah.
Believe me, if I'm
Let's
wounded
try to
3,
remember
I will
that.
just not. I will just
I'll stay
pretend I'm
home.
okay.
Okay, anyone else needs
And
some
the
of their
back?
wounds treated?
I'm good.
I'm also good.
Okay, okay.
So I guess it's just me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will
if
try
y'all-
myself again.
well-
Ooh, here we go.
I will risk it again because like I'm still at half hit points, so I might as well.
19 plus 9 is more than 26. So I'm full.
That's correct. True.
And then one
I'll
more
risk
for the
it
last
again.
person. Aha! You get another 20. You get 20 minus 5. 16 hit points?
16 hit points,
16 hit.
Oh, this is a good year.
See?
Woo!
Graham was right. We can always trust Graham.
I'm telling you. All right. So by this point, you are at about 9:30, 9:45 at night. So you've spent some time having dinner, cleaning up wounds and whatnot, trying to get everything as best it can be given the circumstances.
Can I work on carving my new staff into? I mean, it can be kind of basic, but I want to like remove some of the rat stuff and make it into more of a suitable staff
face
for a wizard than a
Um,
druid.
Sure, I'll say go ahead and make a crafting check. See how well you can alter your item.
Your woodworking.
18.
19. Yeah, so you can remove some of the runes and different, fetishes and little shrunken skulls and stuff that she had adorned, little rat skulls kind of all along it. You're able to easily enough kind of pry some of those off and get it shorn down a bit towards more of a freshly carved staff. Doesn't have any, properties really to it, but it does seem, in appearance-wise, more to your liking.
I'm gonna ask Fabian what he thinks our plans for tomorrow are.
Well, I think we need
you
to.
because you're one or two people who actually can understand me.
So
I
Simon's
will say, well,
plans for
I
tomorrow.
hope we can properly sleep in after all of that. But it sounds like we are going to be visiting with some hermits. I think I'd like to check on Eliza too and see if Mr. Tickles is feeling any better yet. I've been really concerned that he's been, also kind of off when all the other animals have been going kind of off as well.
Sure. So you want to check in with Eliza?
Yes, please.
Sure thing. So, where did she go? Just a reminder. Nah, that's not a good hour for her. So, you go over and find that she is tending to her giant snake, Mr. Tickles. You see here. Oh, I can pull up. Yeah, this. Here we go. Eliza and Mr. Tickles. So you see she is feeding Mr. Tickles, seems to be getting over whatever kind of little sickness or little bug or something that he had yesterday and made him unable to perform. She's just backstage with it and looks up. Oh, Fabian, how are you?
Oh, I'm not too bad. How's
Good,
our
good.
friend doing here?
Oh, Mr. Tickles is feeling right in his reign now. Had a day off, and that was good for him. So I think we're doing all right. Little off-put, still that little that woman in the cage there. That's still a little bit bothersome, if I'm going to be completely honest. But you got to do what you got to do. I mean, she tried to kill you. I mean, I understand putting in a glass box seems like a good thing. I mean, we keep our animals in cages, so why not her?
Yeah, we will have to figure something to do with her. Hopefully Mordain is not too upset she's still in there.
Funny thing that, was looking around and talking to one of the roustabouts, and no one's seen Mordain pretty much all day. Not since the morning, it seems like. Not sure what she's up to. Checked on her, knocked on her door of the wagon, and No answer. And, maybe she's, doing something, but no one's really heard anything from her in the past day or so. Kind of weird.
Well, if she doesn't come back tonight, we should probably look into that. I mean, it's not unlike her to throw a fit.
Sure, she is a diva.
But we probably should keep track on each other during all of this. It's just such strange times.
Indeed. All we got is each other.
Well, I'll go let the others know about this, which I will do.
All right. Good luck out there.
Does she do this? Okay, is this a thing that she would do, or is she not accustomed to disappearing for a day or two?
Difficult to say. If there were someone to just, leave suddenly dramatically for no really good reason, it'd probably be Mordain. It seems like the most, likely person to probably do that in the whole circus. But, there was a lot. I mean, the atmosphere of the circus is still kind of tense from the things that have happened over the past couple days. So there's still, a lot of, we're sticking here for the most part.
Yeah, especially with the threat of, an evil hermitage cult looming over the town. Maybe wandering away from the circus is not the best plan.
Yeah. But anyone else trying to accomplish anything before bed?
Can I, maybe as she's walking past while I'm carving, can I sort of wave to Petra? Hey, Petey.
Yes.
So that thing earlier today with Victor.
Yes, what about it?
You want to talk about it?
I just, I can tell that he still is feeling things for me, and I don't like that he is, I don't know how I feel about it. I don't like that he's back. I'd rather just ignore it.
It was pretty bad luck that he was one of the ones that showed up, but maybe he did it on purpose. Is he that kind of guy, you think?
Well, he did say
Show
he
up and
wanted.
impress you.
He did say he wanted to talk.
Well, you haven't solicited my input, but sometimes you have to do what you have to do, and you shouldn't feel bad about it.
Well, one of the reasons why I left the circus was to get away from him, just because I knew that he wanted more than I could give him, but I never actually talked to him about it, so I don't know. I'll have to think on whether I want to discuss our parting.
Well, if you don't feel like you owe him anything, it's okay to be your own person. Go where the wind takes you.
I could maybe try and get some information out of him if I do decide to talk to him about what is going on with the Celestial Menagerie?
Mm-hmm.
About what is going on since we have left. But I don't know if I should do that or not. But maybe some sleep will help.
Something to keep in your back pocket. But yeah, don't beat yourself up too much about it.
I appreciate the talk Horatio. I know I'm not very I don't like showing emotions, so I appreciate it.
Just want to make sure you're doing all right.
So wholesome.
I know. Aww.
Cool. Faith, anybody else trying something, or y'all hit the hay?
I would like to talk to Tahala. Tahala?
Sure.
Tahala Road Watcher, the painted woman? Or the illustrated woman? What is it?
Yes.
No.
The tattooed woman?
The tattooed woman.
Tattooed woman.
Graham used to look
Yes.
back through his spreadsheet of accents.
No, I know. I remember what she is. I'm just kidding. Sorry. Tahala Road Watcher, the tattooed woman. Sure. You find her. There's a bit of a different area where most of the people with the sideshow of everyday marvels hang out, like a smaller tent that's kind of out front. And she's there. You typically, she's kind of going over and just tracing the tattoos that tell kind of a story along her arms and, along her legs as well. She's kind of like, muttering to herself, reciting what each of these lines means, what each of these patterns go, and then kind of stops as you approach. Ah, Faith. It's good to see you.
It's good to see you too. I was actually hoping I could talk to you tonight, since it seems to be, for the circus at least, a quiet evening.
Of course. We have heard rumors that there has been much trouble in the city, in the town, I mean.
Oh, it's been awful. It's really nothing like what I expected when I signed up.
Life can take us in various paths, but if we follow them, sometimes we can find enlightenment.
That's actually why I wanted to talk to you. While I was with my friends at the circus, I accidentally killed a snake, and I feel really bad about it. And I want to get a tattoo to remember the death of the snake. I was hoping that you could suggest a tattoo artist or maybe a style that I could go for. I have some sketches I can show you of what I'm thinking of, but they're not very good.
Ah, I see. Well, if you have come to the right person, it is certainly me. I can assist you with this endeavor in anointing yourself with another mark to remember an important event. Obviously, I am quite adept in the tattooing arts, and occasionally adding to the stories that blazon my skin, or freshening over, sometimes crossing out the bad parts and replacing them with new and better experiences. So I would be happy to help you if you'd like me to.
I would if you do that for me. I would very much appreciate it.
Of course. Do you have this design in mind? Can you trace it in the sand for me?
Yeah, I will trace my design. It's just it's a drawing of a snake.
Draw snake. Okay. Says, very well. When are you thinking of receiving this gift, this mark?
I would like to do it soon, but it's late tonight, and I think we have lots of mysteries to solve tomorrow. Hopefully sometime in the next few days, maybe I can get back to you. We're going to be stuck in the town for a week, I understand, or for a while.
I see. Well, then I shall prepare the inks and the needle for tomorrow night, but when you are ready, come to me and we shall have this done.
I will come find you. Thank you very much.
Of course, Faith. May your journey take you to even stranger places, and may the guilt that you have for slaughtering this animal not be a heavy burden.
Thank you, Tahala. I will treasure your words. And then I'm going to head back
Nods
to my
deeply.
tent or whatever. What do you call those things?
You have a trailer. Each of you
Trailer.
has a trailer. Now, Faith, yours did used to be the storage trailer, but recently converted. It has a cot. It's comfortable enough.
There was a medic before me, and they had a trailer. I should have gotten that trailer.
I don't think we had a medic before her.
There was somebody they retired,
There was-
and I became the new medic.
This is true. You did have a medic before. A little curious that they didn't give you his trailer. I think they did some shuffling around. You're not 100% sure who got what. Somebody else got like kind of a bump up and an upgrade, and they kind of like, oh, you'll be fine on this one, right? It just things get shuffled around a lot. People trade trailers. Mordain was probably involved somehow. Cool. So you plan to get a tattoo with Tahala of Snake. Marion, is there anything in particular that you were trying to do for tonight, or skulking in your trailer?
Wow.
I just assume it's Marion.
Not trying to
Rude.
get early.
I see. Trying to get ahead of the game. Go ahead and get some Z's in. It's been a long couple days. Sure. Trying to
And
quiet the
go.
ghost in your head. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Avortius healed up yet from the rash?
No. Those wounds
It's
still
still
persist.
Maybe we should talk to the professor about that, or someone, a healer.
I was gonna say it doesn't seem like it's getting worse, right?
No.
Yeah, but it doesn't look it looks a little
bad.
painful. Like, are you okay?
It doesn't feel bad, but I
Yeah.
guess.
It's definitely one that looks worse than it feels.
Do you think I should?
Well, why don't we go talk to the professor? I mean, at best, at least maybe he can point us in the right direction.
Okay.
I think I want to be involved in this conversation if it's
It
happening.
could just be a 1 save a day.
It could be, but we don't know.
This is day 2.
That's up to you.
Sure.
If you want to talk to the professor.
Yeah, sure. I'll go talk to the professor.
All right. The professor, aka Zarlian Kiosophus, but always goes by the professor because that name is too hard to remember. So you see him. He is actually out back by the fire, kind of the communal fire, and talking to one of the roustabouts and whatnot. He sees, I think, the three of you approach and says, "Oh yes, good to see you back here in one piece. I understand it's been a rough day. Arshisk, are you doing all right?"
I think so. Do you think we came to ask about this, and I'm going to show him the wound. I don't know, what your medical capabilities or knowledge is, but do you know what this might be?
He kind of takes a look at it and, is very, judging over it with wise, stern eyes. It appears, to my guess, it is a flesh wound that has had something extra put in. Something a little magical, perhaps. But if it is not hurting currently and doesn't seem to have any other adverse effects on you, I think it is just a scar, a nasty one at that, but over time our scars do heal.
Is it still like an open wound?
Yeah, it still is a little festery at the corner, but again, doesn't hurt. Like, you can kind of like touch it a little bit and it seems fine. It just kind of still looks really bad.
Do you think it will improve in time?
Professor nods. Yes, I think so. Give it time, and I think you will start to improve. As best I can tell, I'm no doctor. That's why we have the very capable Faith on our team now to see to our wounds.
Unfortunately, she wasn't able to fix it.
Not like any kind of wound that I've ever seen.
Well, we all must experience
I
these
assume
things.
I never actually did a medicine check on it. Maybe I should do that.
You've never actually taken a look at it. You just been like, oh, whatever. An unhealable wound.
I just assume I can heal it.
Sure. Go ahead. Faith, you can make a medicine check if you'd like.
Has
25.
probably known what it is the whole time and just never really thought to mention it.
Like you never asked.
So you looking like, oh wait a minute, that's that's got some magic something in it. It's definitely not a wound that is going to fester and disease like you typically would see. It is a magical superficial wound that looks a lot worse than it actually is. And you also think that it will go away in time.
I agree with the professor.
Good. Well, is there anything else you wanted to talk to me about? I suppose you should be hitting the hay soon. It's been a long and stressful day.
I'm going to thank him for his assistance.
Anytime.
His counsel.
Of course. Oh, and you can tell the Petra and the Colders that I'm still making arrangements for Myron's funeral. I've got some notes and suggestions you all have provided for some a big show, a good send-off for him. And the next few days, I think we should rally together and do that as a team, as a family. It's what he would have wanted.
Yeah, we'll get with the others to try to decide on a day.
Oh, and Mordain didn't say anything to you about where she went off, did she? I hear she's been missing.
No, I don't believe so. Last I remember, this morning she was talking about taking a constitutional or something like that, and I don't think I've seen her since.
Well, I may wait up a little bit just to make sure she makes it back into back to the tent.
Very, very kind of you, Jinglepuss.
We gotta be looking out for each other right now. There's enough strange things going on.
Indeed. Indeed. Well, you all have a wonderful night. Get some shut-eye. Professor takes his leave of you. All right.
Bedtime.
Bedtime.
Before we go to sleep,
Well,
I'm going to cast Lock on the prison.
That's good.
all right. Nimia is unconscious. He's sleeping, you assume, when you go by to do that.
Not
I
suffocating. for lack of
prepared it
air.
today exactly for this. There's no reason not to cast the
Sure.
spell.
Seal her in there.
Uh, Petra is going to write a note to Victor Volcano and send it however you send mail nowadays.
Well,
Or-
you would
You probably have to go into town, right?
yeah,
Or
and find a courier. Yeah.
whatever. I
Um,
don't know.
which maybe the Golden Laws Church may help you with that. I mean, they're kind of a bank, so.
Yeah, I'm pretty much just gonna write him, a little note saying like, you mentioned you wanted to talk, earlier. What do you want to, what do you want to talk about? What, whatever.
All right, so you, by candlelight, pin this letter to Victor Volcano. So it sounds like everybody's in their trailers except for Fabian, who's kind of staying up and waiting.
Yeah,
Wagons? Aren't they wagons?
They're wagons, yeah. Trailer wagon. Yeah, so Fabian, you're
Showbiz.
kind of posted up by Mordain's. And you see her and her act, painted along the side in big, bold colors. Looks kind of like this. But Fabian, you post out outside there, and about hour or so passes. Gets to be like 11 o'clock at night or so, and still nothing. Pretty much everyone else has gone to sleep. There's the fire, the embers of the campfire are running pretty low at this point. Most everyone else is asleep at this point. But do you continue to stay up and out, or you try to go back to bed?
I'll knock on her door. I'll just check again to see if I can get some kind of response.
Sure, you go. Knock a little bit. No answer.
That's concerning. I think I'll just try to pick the lock. Just look inside.
All right. You go to pick, but then the door just kind of opens under your pick. It is not locked. You go inside and see, talking about trailers, this is very much like, the movie star actor trailer where there's, a big vanity there and all kinds of like feather boas and all, just a various accoutrement of her performances and whatnot. A big kind of plush bed that's sandwiched in this little wagon. But things kind of are not super clean. There's a little bit of mess and clutter around, but no sign of her or no sign of anything else.
Okay.
The trailer is dark.
I'm not going to disturb anything. I just wanted to make sure she wasn't like,
Yeah, sure.
you know, being
Passed out on
dramatic.
the bed or anything. No, you see
Yes.
no sign of her.
Close. Oh, that does me a concern. I will maybe on my way back to my own place just let Horatio know, like, because you're kind of you keep tabs on everyone, you pay everyone's bills,
Okay.
right? So it'll be like,
Horatio, in the night you are awoken by a knock on your door.
I will put away my book. I've been writing in my journal with the light off because Marion is probably trying to sleep. But I can maybe barely see well enough to do a little bit of writing. I'll go up to the door, open the door, and just like close the door quietly. Hey, what?
Mordaine still isn't back yet. She's not at her trailer, and no one's seen her for most of the day. I mean, it isn't really like her to be sort of tromping around this late at night, and with the other circus in town and with everything else that's going on, I'm just a little bit concerned. But what do you think? Should we wait till morning, or
If she wouldn't she wouldn't go and stay unless she was planning to do it and made a big scene about it and told everyone.
well, and all her stuff is here. There's no way she'd leave without all of her gowns, and certainly not without her box.
And I can't see her coming back, planning to come back in the dark where she can't see where she's. We should go look for her.
Right? I mean,
Guess let's wake everybody. Well, not everybody up. Let's wake up the group.
Important people.
I will look back at the door.
you wake up your brother. I'll be far away.
You wake up everybody else. I'll
Yeah.
wake up Marion. I will open the door and just light a lantern.
All right,
Marion.
you are slowly aware of a dull light somewhere.
Marion, wake up.
He's still asleep.
We have to go. Are you awake? Or are you
He's
just
not.
Fast asleep.
critically awake?
Fabian, who do you wake up first?
I'll wake up. Who's closest? I'll just wake up in order of closeness to Horatio.
Sure. So that would be, if you're at the Colder Brothers, probably going to be Petra, and then Faith, and then Oartius, because you got to cross the river to get to Oartius.
Yeah.
Petra, you get awoken.
What?
Probably just finished, we're about to go to sleep, and then a knock on your
How
door.
long does it take me to write a letter?
Maybe not that long. Maybe we're asleep.
Well, if I was asleep,
It's
I
about 11:15 at night.
if I was asleep, my shadow probably tries to go through Fabian or something like that.
So
My shadow
Fabian,
gets angry.
the outline of the door grows dark for a second, and kind of this darkness emanates around it, and then a moment later you can hear Petra stirring within.
I'll get up. What's going on?
The sword.
Hey, Petra. Mordaine's gone missing, and she hasn't returned in the night. It's not usually like her to disappear without making sure that everyone is well aware that she is gone. And I'm just starting to get a little bit concerned with the other circus in town, with everything else that's gone on tonight. We really should be looking after our own, and I was thinking maybe we should just form together the group and maybe go after her. Horatio and Marion are just getting ready to leave as well, and I'm going to go wake up the others.
I
You
will,
interested?
Yes, I will. Yes, you are right. Mordain is very loud, so if we haven't heard from her, we should probably check it out.
Yeah. If she had some kind of secret friend or fling happening in town, we would very much know about the secret friend or fling. So,
Yes. I shall get ready and meet you.
okay.
All right, Patrick gets ready. Go knock on Faith's door.
What?
Hey, Faith, remember that... I'll just yell through the door. You remember Mordain's missing?
No.
We talked about it with the professor?
Yeah, I remember that. Okay. Are we gonna go look for her?
Yeah, I think we have to.
Okay. Give me a minute, I'll be out there.
Yeah, I think we have to. Okay, let's go.
Okay.
And then I'll go over to Orshus and
Sure.
same sort of thing.
I
Although,
change out of my pajamas.
I don't know if he'll have to come out because I won't be able to read through the door. To do the sign language
He'll
on the
have
door.
to come out. I'm gonna ask him what's wrong, what's happened.
No, I'll explain. Hey, remember Mordain's missing? We should probably do something about that.
Yeah, that was worried about that too. Let's. If other people are up for it, we should definitely go.
Yeah, everyone else is starting to get ready, and we just better deal with it because if something happened to her, she'll be even extra insufferable if we didn't do something about it right away.
Well, I mean, with things going on, I just hope it's not something. I hope it's something that she can get upset about later.
And Marion, after much prodding, you come to consciousness as your brother has woken you out of a deep slumber. You're in like REM sleep.
What? You're gonna love this. Mordain's missing. And we get to go find her.
You know that she is just asking for her job back at the menagerie, right?
You know, if she were doing that, I think we would know it. I think she would have told us loudly and in all capital letters.
Fuck, you're right. Okay.
So, slowly creaking, rolling out of bed, Marion comes to.
We
Right.
It had to be the princess, hadn't it?
Do we have any leads, though?
All we know so far is she was going for a constitutional sometime earlier today.
Shit. All right. Let me go splash my face with creek water. Shit.
Good idea.
All right. So a little while later, getting close to midnight, you all gather around the embers. It's still most of a moon is out. It's a little bit of cloudy night, but so it's pretty much dim light everywhere you look around. There's enough moonlight to see a little bit. The camp is dark. The circus is dark. Most lights and most wagons are dark as well. But you have all assembled kind of around the campfire area.
Does she? Okay, so just a general question: does she take constitutionals? Is that a thing that she does occasionally?
Yes, she's been known to do that. But like it's always in a dramatic fashion, right? It's always it's not for any health reasons really. It's just like I have to take my constitution.
Right, yeah.
Now. Like that's.
But like, and when she goes, she like I assume doesn't go far. I don't know what kind of shape she's in.
No, she doesn't particularly athletic or anything like that. Doesn't go jogging or that. She'll mostly just go, and she may. There's been a couple times where she's gone to a local bar and gotten pretty drunk, and then wandered back in the wee hours of the morning. That's happened a few times.
So maybe that could be a place to check first. Then.
Well, she likes to be seen, right? So she's gonna go somewhere where she's gonna be seen. She's probably just hadn't had her ego stroked in a while.
But I also feel like she's the kind of person that doesn't like to associate with certain types of people too.
I think that we should search her wagon to see if she left any kinds of clues.
Oh, she's not gonna like that. when we get
Oh,
back.
well, don't worry. It's unlocked. I mean, I just checked, making sure she wasn't passed out.
Well,
Sir, you can go investigate her wagon easily enough. Per Fabian's word, it is unlocked in pretty much the same state that Fabian found it just a little while ago. There's plenty of her personal belongings in here. You kind of do a thorough search of it, but there are no writings or letters out. There are fan letters that she's kind of posted up around her vanity, and a sketching that a fan did of herself. That's okay. But other than that, it just seems like her disheveled normal life for a while investigating that. There are, several tracks that are right by her wagon. You can obviously see the footprints of coming and going from the steps leading up to the door of her wagon. So you can get a sense of at least what her tracks would look like if you wanted to actually try to track her. That would require a survival check.
That's the problem.
I'm
We're all
like
good at
not
being
trained.
sneaky.
It's also it's a trained action in survival.
I'm not, not.
I can do it, but I'm not good at it.
You're trained?
I'm trained. I'm as a rogue.
As a
what
rogue,
am I
you're
not
a rogue.
trained in? I'll let you know. It's
by
religion
like 12th
and
level, you will be trained
Arcana.
in everything.
yeah. Anyways, I'll do that survival roll.
Oh, well.
Okay. So, Fabian, you begin kind of looking around and trying to see, okay, is it that way? And go off and, you try for a bit and can't quite make heads or tails of it. You can try again after another hour. So it's if you want to spend a lot of time going back and forth and whatnot, you can try that.
I will also use the +2 from knowing her smell from her caravan.
Okay. Let's see. Okay.
I don't know if that's actually applicable in this sense, but I have this feat. The first part isn't, but the second part might be. It's just something for the GM to keep in mind.
Maybe
Okay.
she wears strong perfume. I mean, she definitely wears strong perfume, right?
She does. I need to check something.
I think it's if the creature's nearby, though, is what that's.
Oh yeah. I'm just leaving that so that you sort of, just in case it becomes relevant.
You have smelled Mordain before.
But not in a
As
weird
one
way,
does.
just a normal way.
Yeah, in a regular,
I mean, who hasn't smelled Mordain among
We're being honest here. So that does help, actually. So you tap into your catfolk senses and start to okay, the tracks are a little muddled. You can't quite see visually, but that old sniffer, okay. And it starts kind of to lead you. There is just something. It's faint. It's many hours old at this point, but there's just a little bit of a trail. This perfume. And so you go, and it leads you kind of around the pen where the zebras are kept, which is kind of right behind Mordain's trailer. And you all see that Fabian starts to kind of follow around back to these rocks that are built up kind of behind these pins and whatnot. This kind of rocky outcropping. It's not too far away from where everybody's wagons are. So Fabian's heading off in that direction. I'm assuming the rest of you are following Fabian's nose.
That's right.
Okay.
It always knows.
If we find her,
That's what we got.
Okay.
I hope she's okay.
Fabian, do you have at least low light vision?
I believe so, but let me double check. I have low light vision. Yes.
Okay.
I
Yes.
was thinking about lighting a torch so that everyone would be able to see.
We do have that ever-burning torch. I don't know who took it.
I had it at one point. But I think I dropped it at one point, and somebody else picked it up.
I don't have it. I thought Faith had it. Maybe that's not.
Oh, the ever-burning torch? I
Yeah.
did have it at one point, but I...
Who's got the torch? Who's got the torch? I got the torch. You got the torch. Who's got the torch?
We just passed it around.
It is not in my inventory, so I don't
Okay,
have it.
one of us produces the torch.
Sure, the torch
I
is produced. Did not give
I
it
would have
away
given
or
it
lose
to one of the non dark vision having people.
I will hold the torch.
Okay.
Put it on your character sheet.
Yeah.
You are the keeper of the flame.
Or tell me to put it in the party inventory. One of the two.
All right.
Put it in the party inventory.
Yeah,
Okay.
the party's ever burning torch. See what you want to see. All right. So, Alarshus, you light up the torch. It ignites, burns there without any heat, providing enough light in a radius of bright light to combat the moonlight around you. You all kind of follow Fabian around, kind of into this rocky outcropping, and then pretty much all of you, after kind of rounding a corner, there's like a little bit of a clearing in between all these rocks. You all see a humanoid shape, and it's familiar to you all almost immediately, because it looks to be Mordain, standing in the middle of this clearing, and not moving. And you all peer
How
and look for a bit.
Oh no.
how far away is she?
There.
Yes, you see in this rocky clearing Mordain standing perfectly stock still in the moonlight.
I'll be right back.
Does she do this? Is she like narcoleptic or something? Or no? This is I assume this is unusual behavior for her, correct?
Yeah, she's just standing there.
Okay.
Can I cast message?
Sure.
Mordain, are you okay?
You get no response.
I think I'm gonna start approaching her, like from behind, like, hey, Mordain.
And
She doesn't move.
I do a perception check to see, like, is there anything else nearby? Like,
Sure.
I have a 5.
5. Okay, so Horatio, you start kind of like around and whatnot. There's some larger rocks immediately to your south here, and then kind of like, you know, over this larger rock and maybe by this smaller rock over here closer to Mordain, you hear like this like ruffling sound, this and then this like Fabian, as you approach Mordain, she does not do anything.
Okay, I'm gonna start reaching out to tap her on the shoulder. Hey,
Ready for a jump scare.
Mordain, are you, you know, like tap? Are you?
Okay, everyone stop right there. Fabian,
It's
you
better not
go.
be fucking basilisk.
Fabian,
I'm
you
not
go and tap on Mordain, and it doesn't feel like skin. It feels like stone.
Like stone. Oh,
I knew
no.
it,
You're level 2.
As you tap on there, you hear a sound as this
Is it a
horrible
cockatrice?
rooster-like thing
Cockatrice.
jumps on top of the rock and
Freaker.
goes to run down at you. Everybody
Mother-
roll initiative.
Freaker.
Oh.
This is scary.
That is scary. I don't like anything that can turn you to stone.
No.
At level 2.
We didn't even get to. Do we even level up because we didn't sleep? Do we even?
We did.
You've
No,
not
we don't
completed a
have-
long rest yet.
We will probably level up if we kill this.
We
Would be my guess.
we need to
Uh-huh.
like sleep in the middle of the day, man. I can't go another
I
full
don't
day.
have. Actually, that dispel magic I think doesn't work.
Oh,
I-
I don't even
I-
know if I can learn Stone to Flash.
I've almost killed Casey
Oh,
with
not.
a cockatrice before when a couple of times that I DM'd.
My
They're
character
great.
sheet is freezing, so it's gonna take a minute.
Because in 4th edition, you have to fail like
I don't know what
3
to say.
rolls to get turned to stone, and
Mhm.
she did fail. She failed 2 of the 3 rolls.
That's
Yeah, I think a
terrifying.
basilisk is like you have to crit fail because I'm running a thing with a basilisk. I don't know. I've never seen the cockatrice's stat block.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, Petra, you and the cockatrice tied, and ties do go to the monsters. So Fabian,
Great. Great.
you
Yeah, we
see
don't know
this
what this is
cockatrice,
yet.
You see this horrible rooster thing go and just kind of like flutter down. Let's see. Yep. It can. It just kind of flies straight down at you, and then goes to peck at you with its beak. So first up, my internet's going slow. That's weird.
Yeah, mine is
Yeah,
too.
I can't see your video.
Hmm,
I
that's
don't know
weird.
if that's just me.
Yeah, I've had
I
it reconnect a
refreshed.
few times. Does a 16 hit your AC, Fabian?
Oh, it does not.
Okay, so you're like, "Ah!" Jump! This horrible creature just pops out of the darkness here and comes for you. Then the next one is even lower. So it tries to come and peck at you a couple times, but is unable to find purchase in your flesh. Petra, it is then your go. You can kind of just see it around the rocks over here. The outline there is the bright light from the torch. Everything else is dim light, so if you don't have at least low light vision, it's partial concealment for these guys.
I don't. Oh, maybe that's because I have dark vision, but I don't see the.
Oh,
circle.
sorry. Let me make it. So
Because I don't have that much dark vision, so it must be something wrong.
there we go. That circle.
Okay.
All right, Petra, what you doing?
One thing Petra will not do is close her eyes and throw fire, because that sounds like a horrible idea. But
That sounds like something she would do.
I don't know how much Petra knows about these creatures. I know about these creatures.
You
You
can
can
make a recall
recall
knowledge.
knowledge.
It's an action.
Okay, can
Do
I
so.
recall knowledge? Because I don't know. I know that I would need to not look into their eyes, but I don't know if Petra would.
Sure. What's
I don't know
your
if that's-
nature bonus?
Is that what that is? I
Is that
can't.
If it's a beast, you can also do Arcana.
Um.
Oh yeah,
What did you
that
say?
would make sense in
It's
this
the
case
equivalent.
too.
It's the equivalent of magical beast, so it's both.
What were the other two? I think I have a +7 in Arcana.
Plus 7 Arcana. Nature was the other one.
I think that's no.
So. Plus 7, you say?
Yes.
Yeah, you've read a couple stories about cockatrices. They are mean, nasty, ugly rooster monsters who have a bite that can turn you into
Okay, so
stone.
Oh.
So yes, if they bite you,
It's
which you
bite.
kind of put two together, Mordain apparently stone-fleshed. This cockatrice here, she probably got bit, turned to stone.
Okay, so
and
it's biting.
it's not immediate, and it's not necessarily permanent, but it is their bite that what does it.
Okay. I'm getting them confused with like the other
That's what-
Other things that turn you to stone.
other things that turn. Yeah.
So that is one action to recall knowledge
Okay.
about. It's the bite that does it.
Catobleepus.
Okay.
That's the thing that just kills you.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
I'm gonna move to there.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna cast shield.
All right.
Because I don't have... Yeah.
Bring up the shield. Faith, onto you.
Does Petra share her knowledge with the rest of us?
Do you tell people that it's the bite that turns you to stone?
Yeah. Yes, I should...
Sure.
Can that is like a free action?
Yeah, as part of the action.
Don't let it bite you! It'll turn you to stone.
Don't let it bite you.
So that would be... It has to be 45 feet away, doesn't it? If only I had that extra movement that I would have gotten.
That you'll get when you level up.
Exactly.
Everybody takes fleet at 3rd level.
All right, so you kind of rush over to this creature.
2 actions to get to here,
Okay.
and then 1 action to flurry, and I'm gonna use spend my focus point to make those key strikes.
Sure.
So I will do the first one.
Oof. 26 will hit, so 4 bludgeoning and 1 positive? Or force?
Force.
Okay. Doesn't really
Help.
matter, but...
What? It might be an undead. I'm pretty sure it's not.
Undead cockatrice. Cool. Be right as
Cool.
hell.
That's a level
Cool.
12 monster.
Second attack.
18?
18?
18 will not hit. You kind of
Uh-oh.
punch and it kind of does a little dodge after getting punched by you once. Seems unhappy with you now, Faith. This little
Great. This is
angry
exactly
ass
where I
rooster.
want to be.
Okay,
Okay,
so
cool.
That's
Cool.
Faith.
Cool.
Horatio.
I also want to do a recall knowledge, see if I know anything else about
Sure.
cockatrice.
You can use Arcana or Nature.
I have an 8.
Okay. You actually critically succeed in your knowledge of the cockatrice. You've heard about these little bastard roosters. They are, let's see. You know that out of the things that can turn into stone, these are one of the lesser dangers, because it is, there's a chance that over time, over a course of a day or two, that the calcification effect will wear off. There is a chance, in rare circumstances, it can be permanent. And if that is the case, there is some advanced alchemy that can use parts of the cockatrice to do it, but it is higher level and it's harder to do. Beyond that, yeah, basically once they are petrified, you better know somebody who's a really good alchemist or knows some good magic, because that's the ball game.
Good news. Probably won't keep her petrified forever. If I were a better abjurer, maybe I could fix that, but I'm not that good.
I'm sure a plus side for her, she doesn't age while she's petrified, so,
I am then going to stride here and cast not Horatio's personal journal or the party inventory.
Gonna guess.
I cast inventory.
5-foot circle.
Cool. Shield comes up. Alright. That was Horatio. Fabian.
Should be me, actually.
Okay.
Oh.
Definitely.
Sorry. Marion.
Sorry, Garrett.
It's okay. Save me.
I'll certainly try. I'm going to cast Daze at the thing.
Okay. Try to daze this little creature.
And I'm going to...
It fails the will save, so it takes 4 damage.
Awesome. And then I'm going to draw my crossbow.
Alright. You cast daze at this, and it kind of shudders a little bit. It wobbles back and forth violently.
Who's the other person that doesn't have low light besides me? Is it Petra? No, Petra has low light, right?
Petra has low light, yeah.
I think everybody does.
Except for me. Okay.
Because half elves get it,
Get low
and
light for free.
Gosh, why doesn't the lizard have low light vision?
You're a
Figured.
sun basking lizard.
Have you
Not
ever
a night
seen a lizard
kangaroo.
at night? I haven't.
Yeah, I've never seen a lizard at night, so they don't exist then. Um,
Can't argue with that logic.
Fabian, it is next to you and angry at all of you.
Okay. Now the only way I can get flanking is if they're actually directly across, right? So I'm
Right,
gonna.
and Mordain is in that spot.
Yep. So I'm gonna move here so that maybe in the future I can have
Sure.
flanking. And then I want to try my deception to. What do you call it
Feint.
again? Feint. Yes.
Sure. I believe it seems their will DC. That will succeed.
Okay, and I will remind you I have a whole bunch of all of the what else?
Oh, sorry. Creative version. No, it's not a creative version. It's a feint. Perception
Yep.
DC. Let me double check and make sure that's still
Okay.
good. You got 21. Yes, that's still good.
Okay.
Okay, they're flat-footed by your feint. It takes a -2 to perception and to reflex saves. Good to know. When he says it is flat-footing as many attacks you attempt against it until the end of your next turn. All right, so the horrible little rooster guy is very flat-footed.
I'm enjoying this. And then I'm gonna attack.
Okay. 16 versus its flat-footed AC, unfortunately, will still miss.
Oh, damn.
Just barely. It kind of
Okay.
is looking around at both of you and swirling its little head, its chicken head, back and forth. Can't decide who to try to eat.
Okay, that's my turn.
Okay. All right. So, Arshisk.
I gotta ask, how tall are the rocks?
How tall are the rocks? The
right.
one closest to you over here, that one's probably about 12 feet high, and then these around the smaller ones are maybe about 6 feet. So like 12 and then 6 or so. These large rocky outcroppings.
Can I climb up on top of the rocks?
You sure can. Athletics check to climb. And you
That's
have
right.
like some extra bonuses and stuff for being lizard folk.
I don't know if I do.
All right. So it would be like 10 feet of climbing essentially to get at the top of this rock over here. So that's just a normal success. That'll put you halfway up climbing the rock up there.
And then I just need to make another one to succeed again, right?
Yeah, to get up to the top.
Don't you have a thing that gives you a critical success on a success?
Oh, that's right. Yes, that's
Yeah.
I think
Uh,
that's the benefit you have.
that's the thing.
Not to the roll.
Okay.
Yes. If you roll a success on athletics collector time, you get a critical success instead.
Okay, so with one action, you're able to scale up on top of the rock, no problem.
And then, can I move across the rocks over in its general direction?
Sure.
Is my movement slowed at all?
No. You can hop
Okay.
on top of these rocks. They're pretty smooth and not too craggy.
I think that's 25. 5, 10, 20, 25.
Sure.
Um,
And I'll say that's a panache maneuver right there for sure, being like climbing up and then hopping from rock to rock.
And again, while I have panache, I get a +5 status bonus to my speed. Can I move one more then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Got
So
panache.
I'm gonna. I'll be on the rocks adjacent to the
Sure.
thing.
Yeah. You can.
And then I'll raise my shield.
Sure.
So I have torch in one hand, shield in the other, and because I'm a lizard folk, I just have to stick to the wall with my feet.
Perfect. Okay. So that is Orarchisk. The cockatrice. So it looks like it's only flat-footed against Fabian's attacks right now.
Alas, yes,
Yeah.
for now.
If it's a critical success, it's flat-footed against everybody's attacks. But this monk did punch it good bit. So the cockatrice is going to
I mean,
try.
I only punched it once.
Well, you did it, so it's going to try to bite you, Faith, first. That is a 19 to hit you.
That will miss.
All right, it will try that again. How about a 24?
Oh.
That will not miss.
Okay. The beak does strike into your leg. You take 1 point of piercing damage. And I
Ow.
need you to make a fortitude saving throw.
Okay. Ooh, that's a nat one.
That
Ooh,
is
that's
a
failure.
critical
God.
failure against calcification.
I'm gonna
Unless
use
you
my
want a
hero point and
hero
reroll.
point.
I am rerolling
Sure,
that.
Sure. It's a good one to do it on.
Only a 10.
It's
That might
not a
still be
critical
a
failure,
failure.
though.
It might still be.
It is.
Oh, no.
It's still a critical
no.
failure. So that means
I'm gonna use my other hero point.
Faith, you are currently slowed 2. You, as the calcification just suddenly starts to run up your leg and turn your body to stone before your eyes. You see things start to beat more sluggish, can't quite move, and that is quite unfortunate. Then it's going to wheel with its last action and peck at Fabian, who was fucking with it. So,
No.
but that's a 5 to hit you, so it does not.
Oh.
Petra, you see Faith start to get stonified.
Okay. Wow. Well, it would be great if I had had a long rest. So, what I'm gonna do is move and do the thing where I cast my sword.
Slide casting, yeah.
So that would just be 2 actions, right? Because if
Right.
I do produce flame, which is 2 actions.
Yes.
And then I can
But
use my...
produce flame in your sword.
Okay,
and
so
move along with that.
I was going to move to here,
Okay.
and
Yep.
I was going to attack.
Sword is engulfed in flames.
Attack. Don't I get something for flanking? Like a... is it, or no?
Yeah, it's flat-footed, so it's
Flat-footed,
their
okay.
AC goes down.
Okay, so let me attack.
Just roll your sword attack. Your third action. Ooh! Yeah, that 24 will hit. Flaming sword comes, you slam it down upon it, so you can go ahead and cast a produce flame on it at the same time.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah, that also will hit. Still just a normal hit, so an additional 6 points of fire on top of that. So just a nasty, brutal hit against it. Now it looks just full of rage at Petra. Faith, you are slowed 2. So you have 1 action.
I am gonna use my 1 action, and I'm gonna flurry.
Okay.
24 regular hit for 8 damage.
Okay. Yep.
22 regular hit for 8 damage.
That's 16
And that's
points
it.
of damage.
And I am done. But it does, it does have to make a check or be stunned 1 because of my flurry, which it needs to make a DC 18 fort save.
Okay, well, it is bloodied after all that. So, the Stunning Fist goes in. It critically fails the Stunning Fist.
So it's done 3.
Oof.
So
Yeah.
lose it next
You're
turn.
like, turn me to stone, will you?
I turn you to stone.
You just like
Ah.
smack the shit out of it, and it is just
Dang.
seeing stars as it is super stunned. Oof. Huh. Okay.
And I guess I'm gonna be slowed for a while, so someone else can go. I just won't have a lot of actions to make my turns a lot easier, because I can only do one thing.
Yeah, it seems like it's missing missing a sentence here because it seems to indicate. Or okay.
There's a Reddit article specifically asking about cockatrice and basilisk load condition.
Okay. I'm gonna say because of like one of the sentences in the ability that it should be like a new save every round. Because there's a penalty if you don't do it. Or like if you don't save well.
Okay.
And then once that works out, it will kind of resolve the rest of that condition. So I will say yes, at the end of your turn, go ahead and make another fortitude save.
Okay.
Okay. So, unfortunately, an 18 fails.
Woo!
So,
Wow.
you see that after punching, getting this thing and kind of knocking it out, goes for another punch, and then Faith stands as stock still and statuesque as Mordain.
Well. Dang.
You are petrified.
Put that in your character sheet.
Horatio.
I am going to, first action, sustain protective ward to increase the range.
I have a condition. I can add it. Let's see.
That's right.
Petrified.
It's one that's probably not going to be over after the session.
So that will now include Oarshisk, and I will then chant and intone and cast a 2-action magic missile for 4 damage. Snake eyes.
4
Oh,
damage. The 2 magic missiles knock into the stunned cockatrice, sending it back and forth, reeling, but still kind of staggering around. So that was Horatio Marion.
I'm gonna stride to here. I'm going to cast guidance on Petra and on Fabian.
Okay. You are guided. Alright. Marion gives some guidance in this tough situation. Fabian, it is up to you, and it's currently flat-footed from multiple sources to your attack.
Excellent. Well, let's just let's go for it then. Attack number 1. Do I have to use it on my first attack roll, or can I just hold on to that guidance? I didn't roll that with guidance.
You can hold on to it.
Okay. I'm gonna hold on to it for my last roll, I think.
You choose which roll to use the bonus on before rolling.
Yep. So this is just my first roll. I haven't. That's not with
So,
guidance.
26. It is flat-footed, so I think you add sneak attack damage.
Ooh, which is
6.
Yep. So, or slash roll. Okay,
Alright.
attack number.
Fabian.
First attack.
It's all you need.
Oh.
You see this thing kind of staggering there as the last thing before becoming petrified. Faith stuns this thing. It's wobbling back and forth, and you just take a rapier, skewering it into the center. And it just slumps over, no longer moving.
I'm going to look at Faith.
It's stoned.
There's like no movement, right?
Much like Mordain, you see Faith is also completely turned to stone.
Horatio, you
I'm gonna look.
said this ends, right?
Usually, in most cases,
Is it gonna end?
You all get 60 experience points for this.
Well, great.
Not even enough to level up.
Man.
Huh.
How do you fix this?
I mean, you can fix it with magic, but I am not. It's powerful magic you need to reverse.
What about the
Real
priest?
petrification.
The priest in the church, the money church.
I
Well,
didn't.
they couldn't
get the
even cure
feeling-
wounds.
Oh no, he's a wizard. Remember? I
Oh,
didn't get the feeling he was that much more advanced, but we can ask him tomorrow if we have to. They may turn back to normal overnight.
is
we
that how
can't-
this works?
It's possible one of the druids could do something about this.
We can't just leave them out here all night.
Well, no, that
I
would be
mean,
crazy.
how heavy are they?
A petrified medium creature is
lot.
12 bulk.
Well, if I hand people my stuff, I can carry one of them at a time.
That sounds reasonable to move them somewhere that's not here.
Oartius, what you do notice from like seeing and like thinking about how to carry this and like start to set some stuff down, you set something down and notice that there's a little nest not too far, kind of, you know, in this direction over here, where you assume it had its nest, and you see several shiny things kind of sticking out from the nest.
I'm gonna ask Horatio, can there be more? Is it a solitary thing? Is there a group?
Horatio, you know that usually they're in groups, but they have been known occasionally for some like weaker members to be ostracized and kicked out of groups. But usually they're communal animals.
So either he's a loner or there's more.
Yeah.
There could definitely be more.
But what you can notice over there, Arshis, is there are 30 pieces of silver, a suit of splint mail armor, and a nice-looking pick, like a iron pick.
Okay.
Were these just lying over here?
They're kind of in its nest. These shiny things are in its nest.
Do they collect shiny things? Maybe. I know some birds do that. I guess I feel like this is like reaching your hand into like a hole in Indiana Jones or something like that, expecting not to get stung by a scorpion.
Sure.
Do we want those?
We should at least check to see whether they're magical.
We might as well drag them into camp. I mean, we can always sell them.
Yeah.
Call not it for having to talk to that merchant again.
I mean, I'll go talk to him. I thought he was
Sophia.
handsome.
Sufjan.
Sufjan, my boy.
Okay,
All right,
so
fine,
I'm
I'll
gonna-
do it. I'm gonna reach into the cockatrice nest and.
All right, you start kind of hefting it down. The armor and the pick are kind of heavy, and you gather the silver pieces as well. So,
Would the worst thing to happen to Marion be to get petrified, where you're not actually dead, but you? I mean,
Will
if you
the
have a
ghost
death
still talk
wish-
to you?
Well, the way that I see it, being petrified is a lot like falling asleep for a long time.
It's true. But yeah, I'm gonna I guess remove. Is my maximum is that I can carry up to that amount, or I can't carry that amount?
I think it's up to that amount.
Okay. So I'm gonna hand people basically one bulk of stuff, which is pretty much most of everything except for my armor.
All right. So you're able to unload your possessions.
Shall we?
either the splint mail or the pick appear to have any magical runes.
So, are you using detect magic or just an Arcana check?
I can do both.
Okay. Neither of them seem to be magical. Just immediately from the ping, detect magic armor. The pick, the iron pick, seems like a pretty good condition, though. But it may take like a crafting check to check and see what that's about.
I can do that.
Okay. All right. What's your crafting bonus?
8.
Okay. Yeah, it seems like it's not quite normal, but you cannot put your finger on it. There's something about this pick that seems a little different.
Maybe it's cold iron or adamantine or something, but I can't tell.
Yeah, if anyone else wants to try to identify the pick, they can make a crafting check, or I can make a crafting check for them.
I'll try. I'm trained in that.
Sure. What's
I
your
got
bonus?
6.
6.
I can do it as well if he doesn't get it.
6. Yeah, not quite Fabian. You're like, there is something about it. You may be right.
I have a 7.
Fuck. So 7 for Petra. Yeah, Petra. Petra, you're like, let me see it. You put your finger on it, and it stings a little bit. There's just a little bit of a burning sensation. And I put it away. It's cold iron. It is a low-grade cold iron pick.
Well, there you go.
Cold iron is strong against devils, right?
Yes, good against demons and fae.
Demons.
Demons and
I wonder where they collected these things from. Oh well, there's no point trying to track down previous owners.
Oh well.
I could maybe make something. Picks are pretty big and pretty heavy. I could, with the right tools, look around, don't see a forge. Maybe I could make this into a dagger or something.
Ooh.
I don't think any of us really use picks, but there's enough here.
Would other people collectively be able to carry Faith if I get Mordain?
Well, we can do it one at a time. It's not like there's a rush.
Okay, I guess it is right next to the camp, isn't it?
Yeah, you're not very far away.
Wow, we were right here, and there was a cockatrice just here.
Well, we can't get too mad at Mordain, and we shouldn't be surprised. I mean,
I'm
It's not
surprised.
her fault.
I'm surprised we only have 2 casualties from this, and not like half of the circus.
As much of a diva as Mordain is, it's not her fault that she got attacked by wildlife that can turn her into a rock.
Yeah.
That's we can still give her a hard time about it though, once she's back to normal.
Oh, I'm sure she will give us a hard time about
Once
it.
she's back to normal and a little bit of time has passed.
Sure.
So I guess I will carry, probably carry Mordain first.
All right. So with some effort and like lifting over your back,
It is my maximum weight, that I can possibly carry.
encumbered as you do so, you're able to take the statuesque forms of both Mordain and Faith back to camp. Where are you planning on placing them?
Mordain, are the wagons? I assume the wagons were raised off the. Could the wagons support something like this? Probably, right?
Probably. Getting you up the steps may be a little bit of a challenge, but you could try.
I guess I'll sit her outside of her for a little. What is it? Wagon.
Sure,
if we put
sure.
her inside, maybe she'll never even know what happened. It'll all be like a fever dream.
And then Faith, I guess we'll take to. I don't know, suppose the big top backstage. I don't know. Is that where we usually converse with people? Is that like a meeting place?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So, with much effort, you set up the statue of Mordain outside of trailer. Hope things are fine there. Come back, take Faith over. At this point, it is past midnight. It's very late. Let's see. As you're bringing back Faith back to the tent, you all notice a figure approach. Kind of slowly, kind of skulking a little bit through the darkness. Seems to be kind of looking from trailer, from wagon to wagon, kind of looking on the sides, looking again, and then you see him kind of like stop for a second when he notices you, and you have this big statue of Faith on your back as you're about to enter the tent. He stops and like raises his hands, very slowly approaches, like, I mean you no harm is a gesture, and gets, about 30-40 feet away from you, and lowers his hood, and you see the face of Victor Volcano staring at you.
I'm gonna change my stance a little bit, although I can't really change my stance a whole lot.
This dude, I told him to break back. Well, he didn't get my message
You haven't
yet.
delivered the letter.
No!
He kind of looks and says, it seems I may have come at a bad time. Petra, are you all ready to talk now, or?
Well, our friends are turned to stone.
Oh,
Not
yeah,
the
the
best
new girl.
timing.
I understand this is very awkward. But I would still very much like to talk when you have a moment. It is rather important. There is much I could say, and it might be of some use to you, but I understand if you don't want to be near me.
We can talk once we get our friends settled, and also I have had some sleep because it has been a very long day and I have had no sleep, and I think that you realize that I should probably be well rested before we talk.
Yes, you get very crabby when you have not had your sleep. Sorry.
I have some of my smoke comes out when he says that.
Shadows rise from Petra's back.
When are we planning on sleeping? I don't know. I guess meet me tomorrow evening.
I can do that. I just hope that it's not too late by then.
What do you mean?
Do we?
Oh, I've heard this tactic before.
Do you want to settle your stone friend? Or we can maybe talk in your trailer for a moment.
Okay. Yes.
I've also heard that. Ooh, I can't tonight. My friends are turned to stone. Tactic before.
Heard that one before.
We're both playing games.
My friend's stoned. I can't. I got a babysitter.
Fine. Go in my trailer and I'll be there when I'm...
Okay, thank you. And he goes and waits in the trailer. You all are able to very easily set up Faith in kind of like punching form as a statue there. Again, everyone else is asleep. It's just like, empty circus tent in the dark. And a Faith statue standing there.
Well, we can leave her. She's not going anywhere.
So
Remember, Petra, don't owe him anything.
I am curious as to whether he wants to talk about us or whether it's something to do with the Celestial Menagerie.
Well, Petra heads back to the trailer. What do the rest of you do when she leaves?
Oh, go to bed.
Faith
Yeah.
goes to sleep.
Our last look at Faith. And I'm just like thinking, like, I hope things will turn out okay. I hope nobody breaks her in the meantime.
Oh no, that'd be horrible.
Should we put a blanket on her? What if it gets cold? Do petrified people feel the cold?
Probably not.
They're... Yeah.
Keep the birds away from me.
Let's just put a blanket on her. Just
Aw,
Go get a blanket, just throw it over Faith. Scott.
Yeah, it would to wake up. It would suck to wake up with like bird shit all in your hair. Because,
Well,
or on
and
your
what
face.
if you slowly depetrify? So you gotta like wait for half your body to wake up. It's like your head wakes up first, and you just have to like I don't know how this works.
And you know what? The sun is going to be pretty bright tomorrow. Let me go get her a hat.
Well, she's
I
in
mean,
the tent.
She's wearing a hood.
Yeah, but Marion's going to go and
stone,
draw a
but-
hat.
So you have this blanket bundled around her, and this like straw hat placed on her head. Sure.
And this will also keep the crows away.
you do her up like
Maybe
a
it'll keep
scarecrow in the middle of this tent.
Well, we wouldn't want any more birds coming near camp.
Really, no more animals.
You can do it, Faith. You can do it, and probably Mordain too.
Well, Mordain wouldn't give us the
Pat them on the stone shoulders.
Bonk bonk. All right, you do up your friend like a scarecrow and blanket and straw hat. Then head to bed. Petra heads back to your wagon, and you see very patiently just kind of sitting there on the bed, twizzling his arms. He's like doing this with his thumbs, rotating them. But as he does it, there's a little bit of fire in between the thumbs that just kind of like. And he kind of stops as you come in. Oh, sorry. Yeah, thank you for taking the time to talk to me. I know it's not easy. And truth be told, I am very scared coming here. And thought long about not doing it, but when Dusklight sent us to harass your circus, I couldn't pass up the opportunity to maybe
Harass
talk
me?
to. No, I wasn't planning on doing much harassing. I was just planning on talking. Just to talk.
Would you like a drink? I think I need one. I have like.
Sure. I assume you have plenty of alcohol.
Yeah, I'm just
in your
gonna be
bag.
like.
Open up, pour a couple strong drinks, strong whiskey or something. Kind of takes it. Thank you. Well, I'm sure you can guess that I am here. One, because I still have feelings for you, and
So much drama.
would very much like to talk again, even though we are working in different places now. I think we can, still give it another go, give it the old college try, as they say. Again, and maybe I can be more responsive to your needs and your desires, and maybe you can hear me out on some of the more romantic things I want to do. Just a suggestion. I just wanted to throw that out there.
I have more like shadows that like come up.
Okay, all right. I'll let you think about it, right? I don't have to go back immediately. I can spend some time maybe in this little shithole town, and you can think about it.
One, you want more than I. You wanted to get married. I don't want that. So unless we can reconcile that, I am not meant for that kind of life. Two, I don't know. We have to think about it. And three, why are you still working with Mistress Dusklight? What is... I left partially to get away from you, but I found this place and it's much better. You're not abused or taken advantage of, but does she have some hold over you? Because you are... I am sure there could be a place, here.
BT, I will admit that I have a certain, I don't know how to put it, affinity for very scary women.
Shadows.
And I see a flame, a passion. When you perform, it is just electric. The fires that dance on your sword, obviously, is kind of my thing, but just something about it draws me and gives me such passion that even though you are very scary and could probably kill me, there is something just irresistible about it.
That sounds very healthy.
On the other hand, Mistress Dusklight is also very scary, but in a much different way. In a cold, calculating way. She has plans within plans within plans. She has allies that are terrifying to behold. People possessed of much magical knowledge. And her bodyguard is an angel. And one that I would be reluctant to cross. You all have done a brave thing in trying to leave her, but I'm not so sure that I am not brave yet. I may consider it, but she... And that brings me to why... The other reason I wanted to see you. She obviously is very upset at your circus and all of you.
Well, I can tell.
And is planning on doing terrible things to you and your friends. Terrible, horrible things. Starting with Danica. She has brought a machine that she is going to plan to try to trap you and your friends and kill you all. I figured maybe I should warn you about that.
So you want to warn me that she's planning on killing me, but you're fine staying at the circus and doing her bidding, and also you realize that if we, were to talk and she found out, she would kill you.
I know, but I can't just let this happen to you. I still have feelings for you, PT. I'm very conflicted right now. Okay? There's just a lot going on, and I don't know what I'm supposed to do in the situation. I'm very sorry. Look, I should probably go. You have a stone friend, and I probably need to tend to, and I will be in town. I will be at Mad Mug, and if you need me, just... if you think about it and you want to keep talking, just say, find me there. Just give it a shot.
Well, thank you for the warning. With all the strange things happening, we figured that Mistress Dusklight had something going on. But if you do decide that you want to leave that circus behind, you're always welcome here regardless of if there is anything between us.
BT, you're too good to me. I keep coming back. If only I could make you see the way that you and I, as husband and wife, would be so happy together.
I have like
I will go.
the
I will
shadow.
leave. I'm going to leave. Good night, PT. And closes the door behind him.
What time is it now?
It is past. It's like almost 1 o'clock.
I'm going to bed.
That's one of those like
I'm g-
conversations that last several hours in the wee hours of the morning.
Yep. So at this point, all of you, except for Faith, do get a night's rest.
Thank you. Yay.
So you are able to prepare spells, do your normal daily preparations at this point. If you're missing any hit points, you regain an amount equal to 2 times your Constitution modifier. And you come to in the morning, so about a little after 9 or so. Get your 8 hours. It's been a long day, so you're not good for anything before 9 o'clock.
I will when I do get back. When we all wake up, I will share that what Victor told me about Mistress.
Sure.
Mistress.
We'll say once you all have kind of woken up and gotten coffee and breakfast, 9:30ish.
Well, I want to check on Faith before any, first thing.
Sure. Well, as the circus is kind of coming to life and you all are going to check and look and see, Faith is exactly as you left her. Some of the roustabouts and other circus performers are kind of looking and like pointing and whispering to themselves like, oh my god, she's stoned. And then a few of them you can see out by Mordane's trailer just kind of looking. You see some of the dwarven throwers just kind of like poking her to make sure that she's like actually stoned. She still seems to be stoned. Faith is much the same as you found her. And as Petra begins telling you about what Victor said, that Daring Danica may be plotting an attack with some kind of machine thing to try and kill you, you're kind of in the backstage area, and there's this sound, there's this kind of laughter you hear filtering through, somewhat muted at first, but then you turn and see in the middle of the circus, still in the glass box, Nimia is looking and just laughing hysterically at you all in the predicament that you have around Faith.
I'm just gonna ignore her. Like, what, she is the powerless one. Well, apparently powerless one in the situation. But
I'm not gonna ignore her. You've got something to say, Rat Trap?
I forget, did you all gag her last time you left her or not?
I don't think we re-gagged her, right?
Okay.
Didn't we take off?
I
Unless
don't
anybody-
remember removing it.
Well, we talked to her, right?
You've talked to her
Yeah,
before,
so
so
we-
I know it's
we
been in the
must have.
box at that point. So
We Mage Hand removed the gag last time, but did we Mage Hand put it back?
Oh,
I think that would have been too complicated for Mage Hand to do.
yeah,
Tying a knot.
probably.
So we'll say that she has it kind of down around her neck. She's been able to slide it off enough. She's kitties. She kind of looks at you, approach Marion. You having some trouble this morning? Looks like someone's still a little stiff.
Oh yes, very good joke. Very good joke.
I'm hilarious.
Bilbo. Hey. No. No.
Cats are fighting.
Stop.
She looks at you and says, looks like you could use some help. Oh? Losing a friend like that? Something as stupid as a little beast? Oh, I feel sorry for you. I feel sorry for her, for such shitty friends she has. But what do I know?
See, this is why I didn't want to talk to her, because it wasn't going to go anywhere.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna go to the Hermitage and see if anyone there can help us out with that.
Those cowards, those imbeciles.
Was I
They
talking
don't
to
know.
you? I don't think I was.
Alright. When she's a statue in your garden, don't come crying to me who could have helped you.
You were trying to kill us. Never mind. I'm not engaging with this.
Walking out of the tent. I don't need to hear this.
Right. Let's go. Let's go to the Hermitage. See if anyone there can help us.
Alright.
Yeah, we have no guarantee that as soon as she's gonna do some magic and we'll be worse off. And there's nothing she can say that would convince me otherwise, I don't think.
So, you walk away from Nemia, not wanting to hear anything this crazy halfling is trying to say to you. And still have faith there, the stone. Do you resolve yourselves? Try and make it to the Hermitage. See if there's something there, someone who can help, some thing you could do there. Are there any preparations or anything that you make before going out?
Spells?
Prepare your spells. We can prepare the spells for next session. We'll be fine.
Okay.
But any other items, last minute things you want to do before rolling out to the Hermitage?
I think I'm
Pretty
good.
much spells and like all that.
Want to try to get
Sure.
this.
Leveling up.
Try to get Faith saved as quickly as possible.
Sure.
My great granddad has been getting on Marion's ass about
crossbows.
using a real bow instead of a crossbow. So I think that Marion would probably raid the storage wagon to see if there are any short bows there.
Are there any short bows in the storage wagon?
Out of character, I would gladly pay the usual price
For a short bow.
because Sufjan was
Was the worst. Yes. So there is. Let me see real quick. Something. There is a short bow there. However, it hasn't been very well taken care of and is not kind of poorly strung. So it is a shoddy short bow.
okay. I will take it with me. I will not use it, but I
So
will
just
take it
have
with
it.
me nonetheless.
Sure.
Yeah, so I can say to great granddad Belthanir, yeah, I tried. Do you see this? Do you expect me to use this? No.
Folds his arms, very upset with you.
So, remind me, Marion, great granddad Belthanir was. He was the hunter, and that's why he's yelling at you about ranged weapons? Or am I mixing him up with. I can't keep them straight.
Not a hunter. No, he was, the guard.
Okay. The guard.
Yeah, he heroed for a bit,
Okay.
As the Colder brothers argue and debate, having prepared themselves for the journey ahead, journey to the Hermitage, you begin to make your way away from the big top, away from your petrified faith, when you are stopped, middle of town, by one you've seen before, still looking much the same as you saw him yesterday. You were stopped by the priest banker, Nellen Drend. And he kind of looks to you. Oh, there you are. I was looking for you. It's been somewhat of a troublesome morning, and I know that you're still, and under much duress. But I figured this is important because you're one of the last people who saw him. We have not heard from Mayor Aber this morning. He was supposed to be back last night and did not return from the Hermitage. Why are you all looking so disappointed and exasperated? I'm just trying. I thought he was going on some business there and had to do with the circus,
But
and now
it
he's
is
not come
convenient
back.
that we are going that direction.
Oh, please, you have to go ask after him. I think he went there, and it usually doesn't take him that long, and he just hasn't come back. So,
Well, whatever has happened seems to involve them, so just one more thing to put on the list of things the Hermitage needs to answer for, apparently.
I'm gonna ask him about the thing.
Okay, we need. Okay, you might notice we're one person short.
I
We
was
fought a
about to.
cockatrice last night.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
So if you had anything in your stores that could possibly help with that, that would be just the biggest help. We were going to ask the druids at the Hermitage for help, but it seems like maybe they're either incapable or just unwilling, considering how many things seem to be going wrong over there. If you catch my drift.
Yes, I think, I might actually have something that can help. Give me but a moment. I'll go in the vault, and Abadar be praised, there's something we can do here. He goes and runs quickly off to the church, which isn't too terribly far away. He comes back with this small little crystalline vial and says, "Here, you just anoint this on your friend's brow, and it should help the decalcification process."
Thank you.
And he kind of now, please, if I can make one last request of you, please don't forget my books are still missing. The order of numbers, and manual city billing. If you happen to see, I have a sneaking suspicion that these horrible Hermitage people have taken my books, so they're very important to Abadar. If you wouldn't mind retrieving those for me.
You're right on that.
Thank you. So, thank you all so much. And you depart. I assume you go post-haste, returning to the circus to try and this tincture and whatnot.
That's correct.
All right.
Yes, please.
You follow the priest banker's instructions. Dab a little bit on it, and basically have to use the vial for one application. So it is just the one. You technically have a choice if you want to do faith or Mordain.
What kind of spells can Mordain cast?
You've never seen Mordain cast a spell.
How is she in combat?
Faith probably has a better fort save than Mordain.
It's only +6.
Yeah, it's gonna be faith. Because A, none of us like Mordain, and B, Mordain can neither punch nor take one.
She has a way, but none of us like her. I don't know, is a bit strong.
Do you like her?
He's got those great wigs.
She's
I assume.
fine. Neutral.
Faith can help us find other ways to do this.
Well, yes, that
Two
is my
more
thought
days.
too.
The reverse is untrue. So, in the interest of helping everyone who has been petrified by a cockatrice in the last 24 hours, I think it should be Faith.
Is it unanimous?
Do you agree, Ral?
We
All right, after much debate, you all managed to say it's probably better if we go ahead and apply this to Faith. The tincture goes on her head. After a moment, nothing seems to happen. But then slowly, like little flakes, the stone begins to kind of come off, and you see Faith moving again, like in a punching position, and kind of follows through to the punch and stops for a second. Faith, suddenly you're like in daylight, and there's a blanket around you and a straw hat, and just like looking around, very confused. What just happened? You were just about to punch a cockatrice in the face, but now you're here. You feel kind of tired and achy. So,
Doof. Oh my god, I am so tired because I didn't get a good night's sleep last night.
yeah, I mean, it seems like no time has passed for you. Just like immediately, like, ugh. Also, the tincture has restored you from being petrified, but you are still slightly calcified. You are still slowed 1.
Okay.
But you are able to move once more. And as movement comes back to Faith's limbs, restored, just a bit of anger, a little bit of passion and vigor, and the hermitage of blessed lightning looming in the distance on the rocky shores. And that's where we'll visit next time on Really Playing Games, The Extinction.
Now on
Yay.
Wednesdays. On Wednesdays.
Now with Faith.